Hey guys, we're back today with another deck profile. This time, Blue-Red Alchemist. I've taken this deck to a few FNMs and did really well with them. I feel like the deck is really solid this format, and I think it gets a lot better with your two worst matchups being like humans and company. They're rotating out. This deck is a lot of fun, and I think it'll be really good with the upcoming format with Chandra coming out. We're just going to play 4 Alchemist. This is your main go-to guy. With multiples, essentially what this guy does is you tap him, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Every time you play an instant or sorcery, he untaps. So with multiples, you'll deal so much more damage, and with your burn spells that burn your opponent for 3 automatically just become a 5 with that guy. 2 Bedlam Reveler. Whenever you run out of gas, you play him. He's a 3/4 with prowess. So whenever he comes into play, you pitch your entire hand and then draw 3 cards. So he helps you fuel your fire. 3 Thing in the Ice. This card's really good. 0/4 Defender, and every time you play an instant or sorcery, he loses a counter. Once he has no count, comes out with 4 counters. Whenever he loses all of his counters, he flips into a 7/8 that bounces all creatures, and it's just really good. 4 Collected Defiance. This is one of your main go-to cards. You almost never use its effect to pitch your entire hand and draw that many cards, but most of the time you play for 4 mana, kill a creature, and then burn your opponent for 3, which is just excellent. I mean, you get two effects out of 1 card. 4 Fiery Incendiary Flow. My bad. 4 Incendiary Flow. This card, 3 damage to target creature or player. If you kill a creature, it gets exiled. It's just really good. 2 Tormenting Voice, 3 Lightning Axe, and then 4 Fiery Temper. These combo really well with this, and I think the Tormenting Voice Temper combo is most often like your better 3rd turn play, unless you play the Fevered Visions. The Tormenting Voice and the Fiery Temper, you just burn your opponent for 3 and draw 2 cards, which is just really, really good. And the Lightning Axe Temper pretty much just kills a guy. You can kill 2 creatures, or you can kill a creature and burn your opponent for 3, which is just really good. Then we play 4 Gallivantic Bombardment. You can pretty much kill smaller creatures, and then whenever you hit the second one, you can kill a lot bigger stuff, and then whenever you hit the 3rd one, you can kill Avacyn. And it's just really good as you go along. The more you see, the better it becomes, and I just like that over Fiery Temper, or Impulse. 2 Unsubstantiate. I really like this card, actually. You can use it to get rid of problem creatures and swing with Thing in the Ice whenever it flips. You can use it to get rid of problem creatures and not take as much damage and take a counter off Thing in the Ice. A lot of the time, your opponent will have some kind of kill spell whenever you're going to flip the Thing in the Ice, and you just unsubstantiate, flip the Thing in the Ice anyway, and then it just becomes so much better. And then you often just set your opponent back a whole turn, which can be really crucial a lot. I really just like this card a lot. And then 1 Dispel for things like company and just anything. 4 Fevered Visions. This is like your win condition. You drop this thing on turn 3, and most of the time you win the game unless you're playing against something like humans. But this pretty much fuels your hand until you win the game, and you're dealing damage to your opponent. I mean, your opponent gets options, but at that point, you and your opponent are playing with your entire deck, and whoever's deck is better at just killing your opponent wins. I mean, obviously, your deck is better because you're playing so many more burn spells. You can just wipe them away as soon as you can get the burn spells. And then the land is pretty simple. It's 4 Wandering Fumarole, 4 Shivan Reef, 2 Highland Lake, 9 Mountains, 3 Islands, and then 1 Gyre Reach Sanitarium. This card's actually really good. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. But with Fiery Temper, it's just a free card. The Wandering Fumarole is always really good. It's a man land. Having that option is really great because often you do swing with it for 4. The sideboard is really simple. 2 Chandra. I side this in during the mirror match. It's going to come out with a new set, but I really do like this card. I've always liked this card. 2 Castigator. This is mainly for angels. It can block and kill all the angels. 2 Exquisite Firecraft. This is coming out because it's rotating, but I sided in during the mirror match. It's just a better burn spell than some things, and it can't be negated. So in the mirror match, they'll side in negates. You just side this in, and they cry because they take 4 damage. 2 Sweepers, cause Electro Turn. It's just really nice to have this against humans. 1 Fiery Impulse, humans again. The last Lightning Axe is really solid. I like it against creature decks. 1 Burn from Within. This card's really interesting. I tried it out against Control because often you can if you have the Alchemist, you can play the Alchemist next turn, and when you have 8 or 9 mana, you just tap out and deal a ton of damage really quickly. And it's really cool in the mirror match as well, because again, you could just tap out and deal a ton of damage quickly, which is mainly what the mirror match is. 2 Negates, mirror match, and just company and anything I like. 1 Clash of Wills, and then the last Dispel for things like company. But that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed, and there should be more content coming along. So you guys take it easy.